Regular passenger trains haven't run between Oxford and Bletchley since the 1960s, but now the railway is coming back to life, with new services due to call here at Bletchley in 2025. So we've gathered together some of your questions about East West Rail's plans for the future. Question 1. What are your plans for Bletchley Station?
The East West Rail Alliance are currently finishing the build on two new platforms at Bletchley Station. They'll be connected to the existing station via a fully accessible footbridge, which means you can change there from East West Rail services onto the existing services across the network.
Question 2. Are the plans for a new eastern entrance at Bletchley Station going ahead?
We know some people are interested in an eastern entrance to Bletchley Station. No firm decision has been made yet. There are quite significant cost implications for adding an extra entrance, so we're working with Network Rail and Milton Keynes Council to see whether that's something that could be delivered in future.
Question 3. When the Bicester to Bletchley line opens, will trains run through to Milton Keynes Central?
Yes, they will. We haven't finalised the timetable yet, but our current plans would see 2 trains per hour go from Oxford to Bicester, Winslow, Bletchley and up into Milton Keynes. That will probably be done as a phased delivery, and we're still, as I say, working on the timetable right now with Network Rail.
Question 4. Why have direct services from Milton Keynes Central to Bedford not been considered?
So we did look at this and see whether it was possible. Our conclusion was that it was a much better use of public money to spend the time making sure that the service that we did run was really reliable and look at upgrades to the existing infrastructure. Having said that, nothing that East West Rail is doing at the moment would preclude the addition of that line coming straight from Milton Keynes to Bedford at some point in the future. So if that is something that's later required, it can be built.
And finally, question 5. Can you clarify your proposals for the services on the Marston Vale line once the line has been fully upgraded?
We're still developing the timetable at the moment, but the current plans we have would see 3 trains an hour go through the Marsden Vale line, so roughly once every 20 minutes. 2 of those would be fast trains that stop at limited stations, and 1 of those would be a stopping train that stops at every station on the way. As I say, that timetable is still under development, and more detail will be available as the programme progresses.
And if there's a question that you'd like answered, it may have already been covered in some of the existing videos which are now available on our website. Here you can also find a range of fact sheets explaining East West Rail's plans to connect the region. But if you have any further questions that you can't find answers to, you can always email us, contact@eastwestrail.co.uk.